About this then for a piece of news, and that DR Congo are in talks with, finally in talks, it seems like it should have been ages ago, but finally in talks with Manchester United's right back Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Now before we talk about Congo and their national team, to me, despite the struggles of Manchester United over the past couple of years, Wan-Bissaka is still one of the best fullbacks defensively in the Premier League. Defensively 1v1. Very hard to name a right back better than Wan-Bissaka. He is so good defensively. The question marks of Wan-Bissaka are him as an attacking fullback going forwards, crosses into the box and assists. Doesn't really seem to provide from that sort of area. I think he got one on the opening day of this season for, was it Varane or something like that. But defensively very good, going forward not so much. Nonetheless, he would be a huge improvement for the DRC. Clearly that loss to Sudan, they've taken it personally. They feel the need to do a bit of business. I think we're going to see a few nations do this and get players over the line for the Africa Cup of Nations. Of course, expect friendlies in the run-up to the tournament come the beginning of the new year for teams to prepare. I think you'll see Morocco go absolutely all out for the likes of Brahim Diaz. You see Congo doing it now for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. This would be huge. This is a fullback, of course, who's been playing for England at youth level, played for Congo at youth level, against England and for England at youth level, but it's not 100% done. They've contacted him and he's said to be considering his options. I think he will do it, because if you look at that right back spot for England, you've got Reece James, Kyle Walker, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Kieran Trippier. You've got 4 solid right backs. So it doesn't mean Wan-Bissaka is bad. Clearly the competition for right back is strife, and Wan-Bissaka doesn't make it ahead of any of those 4. It's not to say Wan-Bissaka is a bad player. You look at the young England fullbacks, you've got Livramento that can come in, but I think what's really done it is Wan-Bissaka seen the young teenager at City, Rico Lewis, get called up as a fullback, and he's still waiting for his first international cap. We've seen players go from England to African sides before, and England are scared. They tried to get them caps early. You see they did it with Hudson-Odoi, and now Ghana are still trying to get him. Mark Guehi, Ivory Coast really wanted him. Southgate kept calling him up. They got Saka all wrapped up and done before he could switch. But then you got players they missed out on, the likes of Nathan Tella, who's just recently made his debut for Nigeria. Of course, Wilfried Zaha, who actually played for England twice before switching to the Ivory Coast. So this is a good for all parties. You get Congolese team much better. You get a player that's really good at Man United getting to play internationally. And, you know, you look at that Congo back line. If you say they've got Mpassi in goal, Masuaku, Mbemba, let's say Kiembe and Wan-Bissaka, that's one of the best defences in the tournament. Rather than probably, let's say, a local right back playing in Africa, maybe like a Bazembe player. So this is huge. This isn't the first we're going to see. And I think as the tournament comes around, you're going to hear of more stories of players switching. Is it a bit sour taste in the mouth of the Congolese that he's only deciding to come for the tournament? Is he going to stick around afterwards? Is it harsh on someone that's helped in the qualifiers who then would miss out on a place? Look, those are the moral questions. The bottom line is, and I've advocated this for the Algerian team, so I'm not going to be a hypocrite when it comes to others, Wan-Bissaka makes DR Congo better. It increases their chances of going far in the Africa Cup of Nations. We've seen they're not afraid to get players in. They've already got Banza, who's been banging them in for Braga this season, playing in the Champions League. Grady D in Ghana, a player I know, former West Ham youth product. They are not afraid to get players in the door. And you put it with what they already have, with Wissa, with Bongonda, with Bakombu. They've got a good team. So Wan-Bissaka, the ball is in his court now. Congo have approached him. They want to get the team ready for the Africa Cup of Nations. Do you think this will make Congo a serious threat at the tournament? If you're Congolese, do you welcome this addition? Do you think it's harsh on players already called up in that defence? So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below as we build up to the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations. I'll see you on the next one.